sales. We want to unpack sales today. I don't know who's ready, but I certainly am. Selling, how to do it. Know how to sell anything to anyone. So with our presentation today, it doesn't matter which business you are doing, which line of business you are a part of, whether you are doing, whether you're selling a product or a service, you want to be able to sell absolutely anything and everything to anybody. Selling anything to anybody, selling anything, absolutely anything. So I'm so excited to have everybody on board today as we continue to unpack this. Every Sunday, we will be unpacking a new topic. So if there's anything that is of interest to you that you would love for us to work on with you, please feel free to send us your topics, and then we will cover them during the Sunday Supper Biz Talk Live. Today, as I said, we're talking about selling, how to do it, know how to sell anything and everything to anyone. Let's go on to it. So with everything that I do, I want to introduce you to this Setswana word. It's ipeleheng. So ipeleheng means being able to carry yourself, being able to sustain yourself. So it's cultivating self-sustenance for a flourishing future. Now, this initiative, I just thought, you know what, why not just try to go through, ipeleheng and try to come up with different words that would mean a great deal to a lot of us. Now, we have influence for the I. We want to be able to influence people when we are selling, right? We want to make progress with our sales. Otherwise, we won't be able to make a profit. We want to be able to empower people. Now, with selling, the fun thing about it is you need to be able to have that impact, empower someone so that they are able to part with their money in order to get whatever it is that you have on offer. Encouragement. They should be encouraged. No matter what you're selling, it has to encourage the next individual. Growth. So with growth, we are looking at growing your sales, growing your customers as well. Excellence. Sell your items with precision, with excellence. Love what you're doing. Nurturing. Those sales, whatever it is that you're selling, it should show a nurturing behavior to its customers. Guidance. You should be able to guide them on what you are selling. Understanding the sales process. So here's the thing about selling. You want to be able to know what you're selling, how you're selling it, understand the whole process as it comes. From beginning to end, you should be able to know exactly what it is you're doing. So you should be able to know that, okay, with my sales that I'm doing here, I want to sell to certain people believing that I'll be able to deliver a certain thing. So let's just go through the sales process and what we want to understand. The prospecting. So when you're prospecting clients, right, you need to identify the potential customers or the leads. You need to be able to know who exactly you are selling to. Not everybody is going to be sold the same thing. Not everybody is going to want that certain product that you are selling. So you should be able to appreciate who you are selling to, why you are selling to them. Don't just wake up in the morning and say, well, I'm deciding to sell a bag of tomatoes. Right. Why are you selling that bag of tomatoes to that person? Is that person going to cook them? What exactly is that person going to do with those tomatoes? Understand it. Understand how many tomatoes you are likely to sell to that person. Don't just get into it without even knowing, without having an understanding why you're doing it. Use tools like networking, referrals, and market research. A lot of us, we just wake up in the morning and sell without even understanding where we are going to get those customers from. Are they people that you know from church? Are they people that you just, hang around with and you just feel like, wow, because this person has this skin color or skin type or whatever it is, then I'm certainly going to sell to them. Are they really going to buy from you because of that? Or it's just you, it's just a feeling that you had. Referrals, use tools like networking, go out there, talk to people, go out there, talk to other people and find out how they are doing it. Go to other people's, find out if they'll be willing to also be your sales representatives out there as well. Your network is your net worth. So the people that you hang around with in these meetings, those are likely to buy from you as well. Those people that are likely to be your sales representatives in the field. Referrals. If somebody has bought something from you, are they willing to tell the next person to say, hey, go and buy this item from Patience? Are they trusting you enough to actually recommend that you can do, you know what you're doing, or whatever it is that you're selling is going to be good enough for them? Your approach. Are you that person who comes in late? Or are you that person who's always ready? When you are selling, are you just rocking up and saying, well, this is my name, this is what I want to sell to you? What is it? How are you going to be able to tell the customer that this is what I'm selling for this reason? Have you worked out an approach? Have you worked out who you are selling to? Do you know that you can't sell the same item to different people with different personalities? You need to study the different personalities that different people have so that you can be able to well tailor make your approach of selling. If you were to just rock up in the morning and say, well, okay, because this person wears wigs, I'm going to sell to them. Are you sure that you are actually going to go back home with money in your bank, that person with the wig that you are selling? Do you have an understanding of how to approach them? Is it somebody who is just quiet and therefore you need to come with a quiet approach? Or are you just going to go out there, be so extroverted to an introvert and say, hey, I'm here to sell to you, yada, yada, yada. They won't even hear a thing that you're saying. They're actually going to be scared of you. So you need to be able to understand who you are selling to. Know the different approaches that you will have for different people. Presentation. Oh my, oh my. So when it comes to presentation, highlight the benefits and features of your product or service. The thing is, we just want to sell a product to someone. We just want to talk about the product itself. Have you thought about talking about the benefits to that customer? Have you talked about the features of that product or the service that you're selling? Do you even understand what you are selling? Another thing with presentation is, have you understood the pain points of the customer? Or are you that person who is asked a question and you're just fired up to answer? You can't even be bothered to listen to what they had to say. Your presentation, something as small as a ribbon can actually sell more than somebody who just comes in with a wig, holding it as it is and saying, look, I want to sell this product to you. But if it was to come in a nice box, tied with ribbons and all that, you are able to sell the very same wig at a higher value because of that little ribbon that you've tied, that box that you've put it into, the way you present your product. You are able to sell it even more, at a pricier point compared to if you were to just sell it without putting a proper presentation to it. Handling objections. Now, there's something about listening to customers. We tend to think that we know it all and therefore we're able to just, say whatever we want to say without really listening without the approach of knowing or understanding where they are coming from, why they came to you, why they have changed from that previous provider to your services, or why they have decided to stop buying from that shop and now they're coming to your shop. Those are the things that are quite important so that you are able to understand how to relate with your customers better, how to retain those customers so that they won't move from buying from you. You know, the way in which you handle them, the way in which you talk to them, having a conversation with them, knowing their names. Those are things that are really important. You may have a client base of maybe 500 people, and try to study the different patterns, the different people who walk through your door. Try to study the different approaches that you can actually, you know, use for different people. Provide clear and persuasive responses. Don't just, you know, respond for the sake of it, but ensure that they have an understanding of what you have to say. Now, there's something about closing the sale. When you're closing the sale, you need to, before you are able to close the sale, ask that question: are you ready to buy now? Sometimes, you know, we come up with this beautiful pitch and forget to close the sale. We forget to ask that question at the end to say, all right, next step, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to make that payment? Close the sale well. Have the confidence. Ask for the sale confidently. You know you have presented, you know you are ready, you know you have done whatever it takes, you know you did everything, you have ticked all the boxes in order to close that sale. But now it's time for you to say, all right, what do you think? Are you ready? And if that person is not ready today, get an answer for a commitment to say, well, next week, will I be seeing you back in the shop again? Should I come and service you next week? Should I, you know, come and do the cleaning next week? Don't just leave it there. Leave the customer with that confidence to say, all right, I am ready to be serviced by this organization. Overcome hesitation and finalize the transaction. So I know sometimes we at a maybe zone with a customer, but persistently go on. Don't you know, be too aggressive about it, but with persistence, just go after that sale and say, hey, what do you think? This is what I have for you. Are you ready to buy? Don't just leave the customer hanging. Follow up. Remember, we had that customer who said maybe. Follow up. Did you get that contact details? What, after you got that contact details, what do you do about them? Did you call them? Hey, this is Patience. Remember we spoke the other day, you were interested in ABCD. So I just wanted to check if you are ready now to commit. Follow up. I mean, if you're just going to leave the person there, maybe that day now they have forgotten and they're actually about to go to the next person. You've done a wonderful job. They were so convinced, but the issue was the money was not there that day. And they said, call me back on Tuesday. And you're thinking, nah, well, she said, call me back on Tuesday. So that means that they don't have money. They told you, call me back on Tuesday. So call them back on Tuesday. What are you waiting for? Call them back on Tuesday. Follow up. Seek feedback. Oh, so I see, you know, this time around, instead of buying 20, you bought 5. What happened? Seek feedback. Was it because I wasn't smiling well? What was it about? You know, you have a relationship with your customers. So seek feedback to find out how things are going. Seek feedback to see if the sales representatives that you have are doing the job well. Seek feedback from time to time. Just send even just 2 questions to say, rate our service. Will it hurt you? No, it won't. they just rate you one, whether it's 1 out of 5 or whatever, 1 out of 10, they give you a 5 out of 10. Find out why they're giving you the 5 out of 10. What happened this time around? Is it because you were not doing something well, or is it because you were too pushy? What was it? So that you can be able to understand that particular client that you are servicing. So it is so important for you to be able to understand how, why, what is it that needs to change in your organization in order for you to actually service them right and service them well. There's something that I just came across. It says money follows branding. Branding doesn't follow money. So you need to know how to brand your products right in order for you to sell well. Money follows branding. If you are branding your services well, the money will come in. Where are you? Are you on social media? What is it that is making you different? How are you branding yourself? Is it your logo? Is it your face? Is it your smile? What is it about you? You know, even branding has a whole lot of things that you need to, that you can actually think about. So money follows branding. When you sell yourself as Patience Rabbi, what is it that people will buy from you? When you sell yourself as Power Care Connections, what is it that people will say, wow, I love that brand, therefore I'm willing to part with my money for it to go to Power Care? Branding, it doesn't follow money, but it's the other way around. So stop spending too much money trying to do things that you don't understand, but rather brand yourself right so that the money can come in. Now let's talk about the essential sales techniques. There is active listening. Understand customer needs and preferences. Ask probing questions to uncover challenges and motivations. Ask questions. Don't just, offer advice and all that. What if that person there and then they're not really, keen to listen to hear what you have to say? Sometimes customers are there, they just want to vent. Allow them to vent. It's that scene, it's that time, allow them to vent, allow them to complain, and ask questions so that you are able to, uncover the little foxes that are in there, to uncover what is it that they're not happy about. Somebody cuts your service. Oh, okay, bye-bye. You don't even ask, oh, where did I go wrong? Ask questions, find out where did it go wrong? Even when things are going well, ask questions. Actively listen to what they have to say about you. Listen to what they have to say about the organization. Don't take it to heart and say, this person, because I'm African or what, I'm no longer, nah. It doesn't work that way. So just be active, be a listener. Don't just be quick to, want to, I know we are all learned, we've paid so much money to get our degrees and yada, yada, yadas, but sometimes it's also important to just, listen, build a rapport, establish trust and credibility. How do we do that? Are you that type of a person who offers a service because, you're just thinking of the money? Are you that person who says, well, okay, yeah, you're my client, but instead of looking at you as a client, or instead of looking at you for who you are, I'm just looking at the dollar signs behind you? Is the customer going to be able to trust you once they realize that all you are seeing them as is money? Because a lot of times, a lot of people make that mistake of looking at somebody and just seeing the dollar signs and not seeing them for who they are. Let the customers be your friend. Adapt communication style to match customer personality. We'll talk about customer personalities. I think it will be in our 5th episode, where we'll just be unpacking the different personalities that you as a salesperson have, and what the customer has as well, the different personalities, and see how we can match those different personalities as well. So these are really, really important. And then features versus benefits. Oh my goodness. What are the features? Let's talk about the benefits. Let's talk about the benefits of coming into my service. Let's talk about the benefits of buying this certain toothpaste. Let's talk about the benefits of, going to this person. Let's talk about benefits more. Value versus price, huh? Let's talk about the value. Don't just dump the price onto the customer. Talk about the value of the service that you are providing. Focus on how your product or service solves customer problems. Talk about those things a lot. In your marketing, you need to use those right words to show them that this is how we solve your problem. At Power Care, we provide homes, all right? We are providing homes for people who are vulnerable and in need of care. I'm not talking about how, I want to provide a house or a service, disability care, what. No, I want to provide a home. When they come into our houses, it's not just a house, but it's a home away from home for them. They can see it from the furniture. They can see it from all sorts of things. Do not talk about the price. We know the price. The price, yes, it's $100. Yes, it's $1,000. Someone may be willing to pay $10,000 for that certain product. But when you talk about the value of it, now you spice things up. They're able to connect with you more because they're like, wow. So the value of this, no matter what you're selling, remember we're talking about being able to sell anything and everything to anybody. So you want to be able to sell that product. So talk about its value. When I want to talk about my products, I look into the value so that somebody appreciates the amount of work that I've put into that. Handling objections. Woo! Yeah. Some of us, we don't want to be questioned. Immediately somebody says, but I want to jump into how I have a degree, how I'm working on my master's. One day I'll be a doctor. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Anticipate common objections and prepare responses. So you should always, the type of product or service that you're selling. So you should be able to anticipate that, oh, okay, by the time we get to that roundabout, we might need to go left. But in case we are not able to go left because there's a roadblock, this is how I should proceed to my destination. I might need to go straight. So anticipate those next moves in case somebody comes to you with an objection. Use objections as opportunities to educate and reassure. Just because somebody is giving you negative feedback about something, it doesn't mean that you are dying that evening. No. Use that as an opportunity to learn. Use that as an opportunity to say, you know what, after this, I'm going to service this customer with this. Learn different closing techniques. We are going to uncover that in the next episodes as well when we talk about the different customer personalities and behaviors. So know the different ways in which you close. Have different closing techniques as husband and wife at home. Just, practice. Okay, so if this customer comes this way, how are we going to close? If this customer, navigates this way, how are we going to reroute them? So use trial closes to gauge customer readiness. Create urgency without pressure. Nobody wants to feel under pressure to get rid of their money, but they want to be able to feel the urgency of missing out. Did you hear that one? Nobody wants to be under pressure. I don't want to be pressured to pay a certain amount of money. But if somebody shows me the urgency of missing out, there's something called FOMO, guys, fear of missing out. So if somebody shows me that this is what you'll be missing out on, definitely I will buy. I will pay there and then. I don't know about you, but yeah, for me, that just, yeah, it's a close for me. Sales tools and technology. Guys, let's not be afraid of technology. Let's look into different CRM systems. They don't need to necessarily be expensive, but look into CRM systems that can actually help us to sell well, to be able to understand how much we've sold. We want to track the interactions, follow up activities, and all those things. So just go on to Google. We have Google nowadays. Talk about, just ask Google about the different products that you are selling, the products that you're selling, and find out which CRM would work for you. There's plenty out there, and just work it out, see what you can use. Sales collateral. So prepare effective presentations, brochures, demos. Whenever you're selling something, show, even if it's you're selling food, do a tasting session so people can taste what they're missing out. Open something small and just say, guys, have a taste. If you feel you like it, come and buy from me. I've got these things. Use visual aids. Some people are very visual. I'm one of those people. Like I love seeing pictures. So reading too many things, nah, I can't. But pictures, yeah, I'll be sold immediately. Online platforms. So utilize social media, websites, e-commerce platforms. There's quite a lot that we can do. Is your business on Facebook? Is your business, are you using WhatsApp for business platforms? Do you have a WhatsApp channel? What are you doing with all these things? We have all these things that are there for us. Are you using them? Leverage digital marketing for lead generation and sales conversion. So go onto these different platforms, use them wisely, use them well. They are for your benefit and for your business's benefit. Don't just decorate your phone with them, not even knowing what to do with them. Use them. Have a dedicated time, after this Sunday supper, go onto your WhatsApp, look into how you can go and sell. It is so important, guys, to sell. Yes. Ethics and customer service. Yeah, this one. How honest are you with your customers? Are you that type of person who tells people that the spice will show them Dubai in 5 seconds? Don't. Sometimes we tend to get too excited when we are selling. And sometimes we tend to, you just tell people that this is a counterfeit. It's okay. They understand. That way they don't go out there and write bad reviews about what you're doing. Just be honest with them to say, look, this is the service that I'm providing. This is the product that I'm selling. This is how it is. Tell it like it is. That way they will understand. And the thing is, people love to buy from people. They don't want to buy from a robot. They don't want to buy from a logo. They want to buy from the person. So if you are able to be transparent with them, if you are able to be honest with them about the situation, be honest with them about what you're selling, be honest with them about the different approaches that you're using, they're able to appreciate more because they want to connect with the person. Prioritize customer satisfaction and long-term relationships. If somebody feels like, whoa, if they feel like they're connecting with you, they will keep coming back and coming back and coming back. No matter if somebody tries to steal your client, that client, if they are yours and they're connected with you well, if you have a relationship with them, they will stay. There are certain things that are happening in these other industries. Yeah, frustration can be there because we have so many people stealing each other's clients, yada, yada, yada. We won't get into that. But because you have a relationship with that customer, they won't go anywhere. Customer service excellence. Provide exceptional service before, during, and after the sale. Just because you've closed the sale doesn't mean that it's bye-bye. Continue servicing that client. Address issues promptly and professionally. Sometimes, some boo-boos can happen along the way. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. Apologize. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm sorry. Can I give you a discount for your next sale? Or this time around, I'll give you 50% off. I do realize it was our bad from our end. Sorry about that. You know, just show them that, yeah, I still appreciate you as a client. I know what has gone down. I do apologize. You know, for the sake of the relationship, I'd like to address this issue this way. So be open to more, you know, just get onto that perspective of understanding that I want to be able to do it. Whether you're going to do it in the straight line like this one, whether your line is going to be all wobbly and has some turns and blah blahs, or whether you have stops along the way, the thing is just do it and do it right. Just do it and do it right. So, yep, we've gone past our 30 minutes. But in the next 2 minutes, if at all there are any people with some questions, feel free to put your questions on the chat. For those on Facebook, feel free to just put your question on the comment section and I can answer them. Those on Zoom, you can post your questions on the chat and I can respond to them. But if there are no questions, we would love to see you guys coming on board, sign up. I know you have registered, I believe you know. So excited about this initiative, so excited to be sharing with all of you. And we still have a long way to go. We have so many presenters that are lined up. We have so many people who are juiced up just to come and talk about business with you, unearthing those miniature things that we think they can't get us anyway. So if there's anything that you feel you want addressed, please feel free to just let us know and we shall take it from there. We shall just go and unpack everything for you so we are able to talk about everything with you. Any questions? Great. Seems like we don't have any questions on Facebook. We don't have any questions on Zoom. So for those who might have missed this, it is there on Facebook, just on my page. I will share it across my different business pages so you can be able to watch it again. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Call your friend. This is for free. I know we tend not to really like things that are for free, but we're doing this for free. A lot of times people will be like, oh yeah, it's for free, we'll attend, and then they don't come. We had so many people registered for today, they didn't come, but for those who came, we appreciate you, we love you. We do have a segment, Bridging the Entrepreneurship Gap with Patience Rabbi. We also have a segment called On the Fast Lane with Owen, which is all about finance and investments. So get excited. We'll be learning quite a lot through this Sunday Supper Biz Talk Live. Are we able to get the presentation? Yes, definitely. Would you like me to share the presentation on the link here? Okay, what I'll do is I will share the presentation on my Facebook and you can download it from there. And then for those who are here that I know, I will just send it to your WhatsApp messages if that's okay. So guys, thank you so much. Lots of love. Tune in next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. sharp. We wait for no one. We want to do things in a professional way. So 6 p.m. to 6:30 every Sunday, Sunday Supper Biz Talk Live. Whether you're in your PJs, we're not judging. It is all about having supper And the supper this time around, it's all about unearthing how to do business right, how to do business well, how to accelerate those businesses. We want to call money into our banks. We want to do it good. We want to do it right. We want to do it with precision. So guys, love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Till we see you again next week, Sunday. See ya.
Thank you.